Good morning. Or is it a good morning? How did you sleep last night? Sleeping well at home can be challenging. And when you travel, sleep can be tricky. I'm on vacation visiting Lake Tahoe, and I slept so well last night because of the wake routine I followed in the morning that guided me to a good night's sleep. If you have difficulty sleeping and feeling well rested in the morning, then follow along as I share my wake routine that is setting the strong foundation that guides me to the sound sleep that I am hoping for and usually get in the evening. But first things first, time to use the restroom, wash my hands, and brush my teeth. Okay, now that I've splashed a little bit of cold water on my face and getting ready to face the morning, then next up is going to be making a warm beverage. I think I'll start with coffee this morning and get some of this hair pulled up and out of the way, because the first thing I like to do is to start with just a gentle walk. At home, I will just make loops around the house, and here in the hotel, the room's a little tight. I tend to spread my stuff out, so I'm gonna make a cup of coffee and then just walk the halls of the hotel. And I do this because I have artificial hips and I have arthritis, so I feel really stiff and creaky in the morning, and this helps work out the kinks. So brew the coffee, shoes on, let's go for a little walk. I am at the Silver Legacy Casino and Resort in Reno, and I wasn't expecting a Keurig coffee maker, so they even have a little Starbucks Pike Place. It's nice, really comfortable room. I have a single king, and it's facing the mountains, so I was able to watch the sunset most nights. It's beautiful. Hot beverage, and I also brought my hot water kettle so I could have some English breakfast tea in the morning too. I like to have that with my oatmeal. Okay, perfect timing. Gave me enough time to get my hair pulled up. I brought my own stevia. Sometimes I can't find stevia, which is baffling to me. It's been around long enough. All places should have stevia. My sweetener of choice. Good morning again. Feeling a little more woken up, and now that I have a warm beverage, oh, much better. Okay, got my hair up out of the way and got my medical alert bracelet on, always with me. And let's go walk the hotel hallways and hopefully not disturb anybody. It is about 4:30 Nevada time, and much later than I normally sleep. I am a very early riser. I usually get up around 3 in the morning. That is my body clock. That is just when I wake up, between 3 and 4 in the morning, and I get a lot of work done in the morning, and I really enjoy my wake routine that includes a fitness routine, because like I said, I've got a lot of creaks and aches, and I need to feel loosened up and get the endorphins going, you know? Let's go for a walk. This isn't an enormous hotel, unlike some in Vegas, though the halls are definitely long enough to get in a nice walk. And you know, when I travel with other people, then because I keep such early hours, if the gym isn't open right away, which this one is not yet, then I would go in, just walk the hallway or go down and walk through the lobby in order to not disturb the people that I'm traveling with. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Tiffany. I am the founder of Anderson Therapeutics, and my Aging Well channel is all about a holistic approach to health and how you can incorporate lifestyle medicine to better manage chronic conditions, age well. Our bodies change as we get older. And depending on the chronic conditions that you may or maybe are not living with, then your body requires different needs. The one thing is universal. Movement is essential. Our bodies are designed to move. And even if you have limited mobility, there is some way that you can move your body in the morning. Maybe it's just gentle stretching or exercise from a chair. Some way that you can gently move your body in the morning to ease yourself into the day. I have a busy day ahead. This is the last day of my trip, and so I'm checking out and have a long drive ahead of me. And because of the arthritis in my bionic parts, then I do take a lot of rest stops to stretch my legs, and it's just uncomfortable for me to sit for long periods. This will help to energize me, and like I said, this is a wake routine, and this is one of the ways that I'm going to have better sleep tonight because of all of the ways that I'm setting myself up for movement and de-stressing myself. You know, going for a gentle walk in the morning, and only for a few minutes. It doesn't need to be a long period of time because the whole intention of it is to warm up the muscles, ease the tension on the joints, just because I've been curled up in a little ball all night and I need to loosen up. Sends more oxygen to the brain and wakes me up. The next step of my morning routine is essential because it's the physical therapy that I learned after receiving joint replacement. I exercise my legs in a very different way than I did before I had bionic parts. Every morning I do a series of leg swings, and it's also to help loosen up the joints, to strengthen the muscles so I have better mobility, and it helps to even out my gait. I have more metal in my right leg than I do in my left leg, so they do feel a little different, and I've gotten used to the feeling and how to move each leg so that way when I'm walking it feels and looks a little more natural than if I wasn't a bionic person. So I'm just going to show you a little taste of all of these, not take you through the entirety of my fitness routine because everyone's different. The fitness routine that you put together for your body and for your chronic conditions is going to be entirely different. We all have our own preferences, our own likes, our own dislikes, and this is the way that I am managing my health, and it helps me to feel good in the morning. That's the number one thing. I want to go into the day, whether it's a vacation day or a work day, feeling my best. Let me show you a few of the leg swings that I do. Having a hotel chair is helpful because having support and wanting to maintain my balance is essential. These swings are designed to strengthen my quads and the hamstrings and to work the joints. I have posterior placements, so the incisions are along the back of my hips, and that does limit my movement in some ways. Bending past 90 degrees is dangerous. It puts me at a high risk for dislocation. And the weight machines at the gym, those are too aggressive to work my legs. And so I use other methods like the leg swings and calisthenics such as squats and lunges and walking, especially inclines, helps me to strengthen my legs. I also swing to the back. And I usually start the morning with 3 sets of 20. And we'll add more in the day. The physical therapist told me to do 100 of each leg swing every day. And that also helps to increase blood flow. And it helps to strengthen my low back as well. And then swing forward. These are the movements standing. And there is another set of routines that I can do seated or even lying on a bed, because those were how I did a lot of the leg swings early on, right after surgery. And I had my first hip replacement in 2011. So I've been doing these every day ever since. All right, 3 sets of 20 leg lifts are done for the morning. Got my water, and I was timing all of this to aim for 5 o'clock because that's when the hotel gym opens. Since today is a Wednesday, it is a strength training day for me. I've got my weight gloves, and the gym is small and there's people there. I'm not allowed to film. What I'm going to be doing is upper body routine. And if you have a small space and would love to have a gym at home, that's something that I have done, and I put together a series where I show how I put together a home gym on a very tight budget using basically no money and having a very small space. And I'll put a card for that here if you want to check that out. I love having a gym at home to work out in privacy and comfort, and something that I can easily do when it's available and right there. I often sleep in my workout clothes. All I've done is put on my vest and pulled up my hair this morning, and I am ready to go. I'm going to go do the strength training just to work all of my arms, my shoulders, my back, and that is all about protecting my bones. That is the main reason, as well as strength and stamina, endurance, and also promoting balance. So I'm going to go do my upper body routine, and I'll be right back. All right, morning weight routine is done. My upper body routine generally takes about 30 minutes. And there was a little snafu down in the hotel gym because one of the overly large TVs, besides all of the loud music blaring, the channel on the TV was set to one of those true crime stories, and the photographs were just graphic, and we couldn't figure out how to turn it off. There wasn't a remote anywhere, and I ended up calling the front desk, and needless to say, we just ended up putting some towels over the TV, but even the dialogue was just so disturbing. I sped through my workout more than I would have. So that step's done. And if any of you ladies aren't using weight gloves, they are so wonderful to protect your hands from calluses. And plus, for mature adults, we begin to get that parchment skin. Now, I certainly am already experiencing bruises that take a little bit longer to heal. I can easily scratch myself, and when I'm using weights at the gym, even though I wipe them down, it's so much more comfortable if I have gloves like this. Next up, I'm going to do some cardio, and so more oxygenating the blood, a little more brain boost exercises, and this is another thing for balance. Fabulous 50s is the content creator that I fell in love with in 2020 when we were all stuck at home, and her fitness routines, I will put the link to her channel in the description below. They're wonderful, and especially for women who need something that's more about balance or easy to modify based on your own abilities. There's something in there for nearly everyone. So I'm going to do that now and move on to the next step of my morning routine. As you can see behind me, I have my laptop with me, and sometimes I will just use my phone. I've done that on cruises. I will save a video and then do a fitness routine that way, because oftentimes I stay at places that the gym doesn't open until much later, and if I'm on a cruise, maybe I've got an excursion planned and I want to get my workout in early. Wellness routine in the morning can be as long or as short as you like. This is something that works really well with my body as it is right now. Having my laptop with me, especially since I have free Wi-Fi here in the room, this is just one more way that I can comfortably work out in the privacy of my room and nearby a clean restroom, and then I can just have a nice relaxing morning taking advantage of this beautiful space. I'm taking my shoes off for this fitness routine because that's another way that I can use my toes to grip the carpet, and that's a really good way for older adults to practice their balance. If you already have a good level of mobility and balance, then take advantage of fitness routines that you can do barefoot, and that will help me ease into a stretching routine, the ab routine that I'm going to do as I get ready to head to the shower, pack up, and then leave Reno. All right, a 15-minute high-intensity interval training HIIT workout done. And now I'm switching over to my ab routine, and this is from another content creator that I had discovered quite a few years ago, and I've spoken about her videos before. It's Amy's Vegan Yoga. I will link to both workouts that I've done here in the description below if you're curious. This is a reverse ab workout that you can do standing, and I have always had mid-thoracic pain with my arthritis, and after I began following this workout routine, I strengthened my abs every day in some way, and this routine has eliminated that mid-thoracic pain that I had. It strengthened my back and my stomach muscles. I'm just going to give you a taste of this and then move on to stretching. Your neck as you look upward. Lift your elbows toward the ceiling. Inhale. Now start to arch your back. Exhale. Keep breathing. Visualize your abs becoming long, flat, and gently stretched. Back pain? Don't push it. If not, feel that shake? That's it. Inhale again and lift your upper body. Body relaxed. Okay, I showed you the condensed version, and that reverse ab routine takes a little over 10 minutes, and it's invigorating, and it's also something that I can safely do because of my chronic conditions that I am living with. You know, doing crunches and any type of a floor routine for my abs, that was challenging even when I was a younger woman. I have never had really strong abs, and yet now doing that reverse crunch routine, I feel much more stable, and our core strength, and this isn't about having a six-pack by any means, it's our center of gravity. That is the number one reason that I'm doing that routine, to prevent falls. It's for balance, and because it eliminated that mid-thoracic back pain that had plagued me for years. one more reason that I will do that on a regular basis. Now I'm going to move to elevation and stretching. If these sound familiar, and especially if you've made it this far, this is part of my head to toe wellness challenge as well, where one of my coaching clients and I took on better managing the inflammation in our body that is just one more of those symptoms that many of us experience when we're living with chronic conditions. If you're thinking to yourself that, lady, are you insane? There's no way that I have this much time in the morning. I understand. The morning routine that I have right now has been a work in progress, and it has evolved as I have evolved. When I first received joint replacement, I was lucky to take a 15 to 20 minute walk on crutches to the end of the block or just around my home as I was healing. And I slowly incorporated workout routines along with my physical therapy over time. What I'm doing right now is, as my own caregiver, this is a part-time job for me. And it's honestly a full-time job because I want to remain mobile, maintain my independence, and increase my energy. Having energy throughout the day is essential, especially when I'm on a road trip. I have a lot of driving ahead of me, and so everything that I can do now to invigorate and energize myself is ideal. I brought my little iPad with me, and since the hotel floor isn't gross, I could use a towel, but I find that just lying on the bed, and I'm going to use the headboard for support, and this is where I'm going to be sticking my legs in the air for some elevation for any of that ankle swelling. And even though I've gone on a walk and done a little fitness routine, the arthritis and my joints, they're always talking to me. And so giving my legs a break, especially lower extremities like our feet, they need a break. And putting them in the air or raising them in whatever way is comfortable for you with pillows, just to ensure that your lower body is above your heart. It helps to oxygenate the blood, it promotes lymph flow, and it can reduce any of that swelling that you may have in your ankles and feet, because I have swelling in my lower legs every day. So let's stretch. Time to take out all the little clips, because I'm going to lay down, have a little stretch, and do some deep breathing exercises as well. I put my hips flat against the headboard, spin around, legs straight up in the air. And it's okay if you don't have this level of mobility. You can use pillows, use your recliner. I've made a few videos about elevating and how helpful it is to have your feet and your lower legs just above your heart. So if you can stretch this way, great. If not, lean back, put some pillows underneath your lower legs, and it doesn't need to be that strenuous. See my buddy Mickey here? I could just slope my legs and my feet and have my feet flat against the headboard and lie back, and that would be ample. All you want to do is to encourage that lymph flow, all of the blood and lymph back towards your heart. And you're taking pressure simply by having your feet up. You're taking pressure off of those joints. Our knees are our weakest joints of the body. Ankles take a lot of pressure. Think about it. When you're walking around and everything you're doing in the day, our feet are complex and quite miraculous in themselves. All of the work that they do for us, take very good care of your feet. Sometimes at home, I will put this in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. My eye doctor suggested that I warm an eye pack and place it across my eyes simply because our tear ducts can get a little gummy over time. And I live in a desert. I live in a very arid climate, and it truly has made a difference and reduced the dry eyes that I experience. But I am not a clinician, I'm a health educator. Do your own research. While my feet are in the air, I also point and stretch, rotate my ankles, and then I will draw my knees to my chest. And that helps to stretch out my hips, of course. And by bringing both knees to my chest, and for you, if you're not able to stretch this far, do your best, because anytime you can draw your knees up, then you're actually taking pressure off your low back and your sacrum and your tailbone. Many times we have back pain, and think of how the muscles work together. When you work your arms, when you work your bicep muscle, you also want to work the tricep. So as you are strengthening and stretching out your low back, you also want to stretch and strengthen your abdominals and your obliques. They work hand in hand. Many times when you have back pain, the source of that pain could easily be in your belly. That's something to talk to your physical therapist and your doctor about. There are so many free fitness routines on YouTube now, and ways that you can customize a workout easily at home if you don't have a gym membership. And never discount the power of just taking a gentle walk in your home, in your neighborhood, around a park, at a shopping center, wherever's comfortable for you. Walking is a wonderful full body exercise, and swimming as well if you have really achy joints and a lot of pain in your body. Being in the water, whether it's water aerobics or walking across the pool, swimming, take advantage of any movement available to you. And if you are seated most of the time, perhaps you're in a wheelchair, there's plenty of chair exercises that you can incorporate. That felt great. Now I'm going to finish off with a facial massage to help with the puffiness that I have under my eyes and in my face, and get ready to shower. For this final self-care routine, this is a pampering moment as well as for my health, because it does promote lymphatic flow and decreases swelling and puffiness in the face. If you're curious about that head to toe wellness challenge, link to it at the end of this video, and it'll also be detailed in the description because I created a handout for that. This routine takes less than 10 minutes, and I'm using coconut oil, and then I just have a tissue here, so it's best to do it at a table, someplace where you can have your elbows supporting, and then following along with the routine. It's very relaxing, very, very therapeutic. And there is your sneak peek into my morning wellness routine. This is something that invigorates me and energizes me, and finishing off with this lymphatic facial massage is a pampering spa-like moment, because not only is it helping to better manage a lot of the puffiness, because it's also helping to drain lymphatic fluid in my system, I'm feeling better. That is the benefit of this. I'm a mature adult. I'm not chasing youth. This is about taking good care of myself. It's okay to invest in your appearance, and most importantly, how you feel. I've got some glow in my cheeks, and I'm feeling energized and feeling really good. And this is setting that strong foundation. My wake routine, remember, that's what this is about. It's leading to the sound sleep that I am wanting in the evening tonight. And if you only take a few things from this video, I encourage you to start your morning with stretching to ease up the tension from however you're sleeping at night. Maybe you're on your back, maybe you sleep on your stomach. I'm a side sleeper, and so I'm all crunched up. I need to stretch. I need to loosen everything up so I can enter the day, whether it's at work or on vacation. Take a walk. A walk is gentle, a walk is accessible for nearly everyone, and it's free. And then finish with something as simple as a pampering routine. Invest in you. You know your body better than anyone, and how you take care of yourself also reflects on how you feel and how you present yourself to others. Investing in your health is an investment in your future. And for any mature adult, we want freedom, we want mobility, and we want independence. Thank you so much for watching. Check in the description for all the links and the handout that I discussed if you want to take on the 7-day head-to-toe wellness challenge. We started that in June, and a lot of the things like this facial massage, my coaching client and I, we've continued to do this nearly every single day, and it's lovely. It is so relaxing and pampering and nurturing, and it's on YouTube, so it's free. I appreciate you watching. Thanks again. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.